The sky over the Sahara cracked open like an egg of light. Two alien ships, one glowing like a newborn star, the other old and damaged, stood facing each other in the golden sand. But what came next wasn't war or silence. It was a whisper from the stars, and it was meant for humans. Dr. Yuna stood frozen beside the observation tent, her tablet shaking in her hands. Her eyes were locked on the two crystal ships, exchanging patterns of living light. Behind her, scientists and soldiers watched in silence. Even the desert wind seemed to pause. "This is history," whispered Captain J1, voice low. "This is ... bigger than history." Yuna didn't answer. Her mind was spinning too fast. The alien ship they found buried under the Sahara was not just a vessel. It was alive, Herb, asleep, but alive. And the newcomers who landed had returned not as invaders, but as ... rescuers. 30,000 years. That was how long it had been, lost beneath the earth. And now, the truth of human origin was unraveling in front of her. The alien beings were tall, graceful, and silent. Their bodies shimmered with the same glowing crystal as their ship. And though they had shown no interest in the humans at first, things were changing. They were beginning to see them. A shared past one of the aliens approached the camp. The soldiers raised their rifles, but Yuna waved them down. "Wait," she said. "Don't. It's not here to hurt us." The alien walked straight toward her, its skin rippling with light, like water touched by moonlight. When it stopped just in front of her, Yuna held her breath. Then slowly, the alien raised one long hand and gently touched her forehead. Light poured into her mind. It wasn't pain. It was understanding. She saw the earth as it had been: lush green fields, ancient forests, giant rivers. And she saw them. The aliens living beside early humans, sharing knowledge, teaching them how to make tools, how to write with symbols of light, how to shape metal with sound. Yuna saw ancient humans laughing with the crystal beings. She saw children running beside glowing machines. She saw her ancestors reaching for the stars, not because they were afraid, but because they had been shown how. The memory faded. Yuna fell to her knees, gasping. Captain J1 ran to her side. "What happened?" "They were here," Yuna whispered. "They lived with us. We didn't evolve alone. We learned from them." The captain asked. She nodded slowly. "We were meant to rise." The crystal heart, the ancient buried ship, was damaged but healing fast. The new ship had given it power - memory - life . And now it responded. From its surface rose a single object, glowing like a sun caught in glass. It floated above the sand and moved slowly toward the humans. "What is that?" someone asked. Yuna stepped forward. "A gift," she said. The object hovered in front of her. She reached out, touched it, and her tablet exploded with data. Images, blueprints, languages. It was a library, a digital seed of everything they had shared thousands of years ago. The alien beside her pulsed with soft colors. What Yuna now understood was a kind of gratitude. "They're giving it back," she said. "What we once had, what we lost." The alien turned and walked back to its people. Around the broken ship, the others were working, repairing its cracks, restoring its light. For a moment, Yuna felt something impossible. Love. They loved that. Ship like a child. The final message back in the camp. The engineers connected the crystal library to Earth's computers. Within minutes, it began translating itself into hundreds of languages. Pages of alien and human history unfolded in front of stunned scientists. "What if this changes everything?" whispered Min Seok, the head engineer. "Religion, science, history ... all of it." Yuna looked at the glowing orb. "It will change everything." A signal pinged from the communication array. The aliens were sending a final message. It wasn't words. It was an invitation. A set of coordinates, deep space, far beyond the solar system. They want us to find them, said J1. Someday. They're waiting for us, Yuna said. For when we're ready. The departure, as the sun set over the Sahara. The two ships rose together into the sky, one new, one old, flying side by side like two stars reunited after a long winter. No engines. No fire. Just like. Yuna and the others watched in silence, hearts full. The ships grew smaller and smaller, then disappeared into the velvet sky. Gone. But not really. They had left behind something far greater than a ship or message. They had left the truth, rewriting the world in the weeks that followed. The world changed. The UN called an emergency summit. Yuna, J1, and their team were flown to New York to speak before the world. The crystal library was duplicated and sent to every country. Wars paused. Tensions eased. For the first time in human history, everyone looked in the same direction, upward. Truth was too big to deny. Humanity had never been alone. They had been guided, taught, protected by a species that saw potential in them. And now they had been remembered. Back to the star. Yuna stood on the mountain behind her childhood village, staring at the sky. She held a piece of the crystal library. In her hand, one of the fragments the aliens had left behind, still glowing. She smiled. You came back, she whispered. And now. We'll come find you. Somewhere far away, among stars older than memory, two ships flew across the blackness of space. And inside them were voices, data, memories both alien and human. They carried the story of Earth, of cooperation, of loss, of return. And they waited. Because someday the students would become teachers. The guided would become explorers. And the children of Earth would rise again. Ending note. In a desert once thought empty, buried beneath time and silence, something had awakened. Not a ship, not an alien, but the truth. And truth always rises.